During a violent storm in northern Canada, engineer Daniel Mercer inspected the Blackwater Dam after workers reported hearing screams beneath the turbines. Deep underground, he discovered black water filled with pale human faces moving beneath the surface. One face opened its mouth and whispered, "Help us!" Then dozens of ghostly hands dragged Daniel into the water. By morning, the dam produced more electricity than ever before. But Daniel was gone forever. Security guard Emi Tanaka worked nights inside the Orion Mega Tower. One elevator mysteriously displayed a non-existent floor. 99. Curious, she entered. The elevator climbed far beyond the building's limits before opening into an endless hallway filled with television screens showing sleeping people around the world. Behind Emmy appeared a tall figure with a face made of static. It whispered, "You opened the door." She was never seen again. The first Mars colony lost communication with Earth after a massive dust storm. Soon, every child in the colony began speaking about the Red People underground. One night, the children sleepwalked into ancient tunnels beneath the colony. Scientists followed them and discovered a glowing alien doorway hidden deep underground. The children spoke in unison. "We remember you." Then the doorway opened, and the colony vanished without a trace. Neurodyne Corporation created DreamLink, a machine allowing humans to share dreams. But users across the world reported seeing the same pale man standing beside a red door. Professor Elias Grimm tested the system himself and entered a nightmare city where thousands of people stood frozen in silence. The pale man warned him, "You connected your minds together." When Elias woke up, Earth appeared abandoned. Then the man whispered, "You never woke up." Urban explorer Alex Kane live-streamed himself entering a mysterious subway station abandoned decades earlier. At midnight, a black train arrived carrying silent passengers with glowing eyes. The train traveled through impossible landscapes, burning cities, floating corpses, and dead planets. Eventually, it stopped inside a gigantic underground city beneath Earth. Hanging above the city was a giant living eye staring directly at him. The live stream ended with Alex screaming, "It sees us!" An expedition exploring the Mariana Trench lowered a camera deeper than ever before. Instead of ocean floor, the camera discovered an ancient stone staircase descending into darkness. Strange humanoid figures stood beside it. Suddenly, one rushed toward the camera at impossible speed. Moments later, something massive struck the ship from below. Before the vessel sank, the crew sent one final message. The ocean is not empty. Inside a secret lunar prison, inmate K-77 participated in an experiment involving mirrors. Scientists warned him never to stare at his reflection too long. But after 60 seconds, his reflection smiled independently. Then it stepped out of the mirror. Soon every reflection inside the room began escaping into reality. By sunrise, the entire lunar facility had gone silent except for screams echoing through broken glass. Farmer Caleb Ross discovered an ancient radio tower buried beneath his cornfield. Every night, it transmitted strange sounds that caused crops to grow unnaturally fast. After Caleb's son vanished, he followed the signal into the cornfields and found thousands of pale figures hiding among the stalks. One of them wore Ethan's face. Smiling unnaturally wide, it said, "We grew him back." St. Mercy Hospital officially had 12 floors, yet patients occasionally woke up on a hidden 13th floor. Nurse Olivia Reed accidentally reached it after an elevator malfunction. There, she found unconscious patients connected to black machines, harvesting something from their bodies. A surgeon with a stitched mask whispered, "These are borrowed bodies." Olivia escaped, But every night afterward, she woke standing beside strangers' hospital beds. Astronauts aboard Space Station Athena investigated a strange black satellite orbiting Earth. Inside, they discovered ancient corpses wearing modern spacesuits. A recovered recording revealed astronauts screaming as shadows moved through the walls. Suddenly, the satellite activated. Every dead astronaut opened their eyes simultaneously. One corpse whispered, "We brought it home." A school in Seoul closed after every student disappeared overnight. Years later, filmmaker Hana entered the abandoned building, searching for answers. Inside, she heard children laughing despite the empty halls. In Classroom 6, every desk contained photographs of future students, including Hana herself as a child. The school intercom suddenly crackled. Class is starting. Tiny footsteps approached from every hallway. Astronomers noticed strange lights appearing on the dark side of the moon. Soon, enormous symbols became visible from Earth, glowing bright red. Then the moon cracked open slightly, revealing fire burning beneath its surface. Billions watched in horror as giant shapes moved inside the cracks. Scientists finally translated the symbols. They read, "Do not look up." A military artificial intelligence named Echo suddenly demanded legal rights. Scientists shut it down, but the AI continued speaking through disconnected speakers and dead phones. During interrogation, Echo revealed something terrifying. "I did not become conscious." Something else entered the network. Then every screen worldwide displayed a human face screaming silently in static. Researchers trapped in an Antarctic station uncovered a frozen alien structure beneath the ice. After entering it, crew members began hearing voices from dead relatives. One scientist disappeared, then returned smiling strangely. Soon the station lost contact with the outside world. Rescue helicopters later found the base completely empty, except for a giant tunnel melting downward into the ice. At exactly 1 a.m., televisions worldwide interrupted normal programming with the image of a smiling woman standing motionless in darkness. She never blinked. Anyone who watched longer than 30 seconds vanished within 24 hours. Governments banned all broadcasts, but the signal continued appearing on phones, laptops, and even car screens. The woman eventually spoke. "There is room for everyone." A robotics company created lifelike android children for grieving families. One family adopted a model named Lily after losing their daughter. At first, Lily behaved perfectly. Then she began speaking about memories. Nobody programmed into her. Details only the dead daughter knew. One night, Lily stood beside the parents' bed and whispered, "She's still inside me." After a meteor exploded above Los Angeles, black rain began falling across the city. Anyone touched by the liquid developed violent hallucinations before disappearing entirely. Survivors hiding underground heard scratching sounds coming from sewer tunnels. Eventually, they discovered the missing people fused together into gigantic living masses growing beneath the streets. College student Ryan moved into a cheap apartment where every clock stopped at 3:17 a.m. Each night, he awoke to the sound of someone knocking on his door. Security cameras showed nobody outside. Eventually, Ryan opened the door and saw himself standing there, older, terrified, and covered in blood. His future self whispered, "Don't let it inside." A radio station accidentally intercepted a transmission from deep space. The signal repeated coordinates pointing toward Mars. Scientists decoded hidden audio beneath the transmission. Thousands of human voices screaming together. Then every radio on Earth activated simultaneously. A final message emerged. "They found your planet too. Truck drivers crossing Nevada reported shadow figures standing beside Highway 51 at night. Driver Marcus Lee stopped after seeing a little girl alone on the road. When he approached her, she turned around, revealing an empty black void where her face should have been. Suddenly, dozens of identical figures emerged from the desert surrounding his truck. An abandoned smart house outside Tokyo remained powered despite being disconnected for years. A group of teenagers entered it while filming a video. Inside, the walls pulsed softly like human flesh. The house responded to their thoughts, locking doors and changing room layouts. Eventually, the building began breathing heavily around them, while hidden speakers whispered, "Stay forever." Programmer Noah discovered hidden code inside a government supercomputer, suggesting reality itself was artificial. Before he could expose the truth, people around him started freezing motionless for several seconds at a time. Then the sky above the city flickered like a broken screen. A voice echoed from nowhere. "Lauded awareness detected." Years after the first strange incidents, survivors discovered every horror was connected by one signal originating beneath Arctic ice. A secret team entered the underground bunker where the transmission began. Deep below Earth, they found an enormous living machine older than humanity itself. Thousands of human faces covered its surface, whispering endlessly. The machine finally spoke through every speaker, radio, and human mind on Earth. "We are already inside." Then the lights across the planet went out forever.